Hey everybody, welcome. Another stream about voxels. Working on more voxels today in this voxel based stream. That's what we do. We move voxels around. We'll see who's gonna be the one to type first in chat today. No one's done it yet. That's fine. So I'm sitting here working anyways. And doing a hybrid technique, combining blocks with the low poly scenario, and kind of fun examination of how to do that, and then blend it all using texturing, all that kind of stuff. Obviously not done yet, and because normally, a rock is a rock in a sense, right? You could do that in terms of your project here in the Sandbox, but when you have like a special rock, a rock that's like famous for being one of the base camps of Everest, don't want to kind of just have any generic rock. And so it's kind of one of the conundrums I ran into when I was first tasked with this job, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I could just do a quick like rock that looks cool, but then I'm like, but this one's like famous, it's a famous rock. So can it be done with even more fidelity, shall we call it? I'm gonna be doing this for a little bit. And get into techniques and stuff, etc. Hold in the game maker, see how it looks. But kind of a fun little project in terms of trying to make something look like something else. So let me actually get a reference up here, so that way everyone can see what this famous rock looks like. Don't mind me and my clicking as I find this famous rock. Okay. Alright, here we go. So here's our famous rock. Apparently it's one of the lower camps on the Everest path, from my understanding. So I'm looking for references, of course. And this is one of the ones I found. So we're basically recreating this rock to be walked onto in the game maker. So kind of interesting when it's not just any rock, like I was mentioning. And actually, hold on, I realize I haven't done this yet either. Give me a second, and I will appear and fix my lights. I've just been working on this for a little while here, not like all day, but yeah, and I'm like, oh hey, it's time to go online, why not? So that's what I'm doing. And I should be able to finish this up pretty quick, because I was giving it kind of one of the last ganders before like capping everything off and then texturing the rest of the blocks. I still have a little bit on the back here, like there's still this like secret passageway that I got rid of. There'll be some other stuff, but as it stands, let me see. Let me go ahead, I think it's already saved. Let me go ahead and pull up my game maker. We could see this version in action. So on to another week of this wacky Web3 world that we all engage in. More alpha experiences to unlock, and who knows what else next. Oh, we got the Ethereum merge coming up this week too. That should be interesting. So we'll see how that goes with the market and see how it reacts. You can see I've already brought it into the game maker to test. Okay. So there we are. This update? Yeah, it did. Okay. Oh, no, it didn't update. Bastard. Okay, this is like an older version. I can tell because of the underneath here. I shouldn't be able to see that. And making it climbable too, because like how it's telling the client like how I could do this like block version, but then it's also this rock is like tilted, and so that kind of creates certain strategy considerations, and then or is it just straight? So this way, it actually has kind of like a rigidness to it that you can climb. It feels like you're climbing this thing. That's kind of what I was trying to capture there too. Kind of just make it look any way I want to after that. I wonder if it'll update if I go out and go back in, or if I delete it and then bring it back. That's one of the things I've noticed. This version isn't as good as about updating automatically. It's like really finicky about that shit. Just obnoxious. So then you have to go in and delete your cache manually, and it's just a pain in the ass. So, okay, it did update this time. Okay, good. Now I can actually look at it and see how things are going here. Okay, that is a hole all the way through. So I pull that down. That's going to be solved shortly. That needs to be pulled down more. Okay. Just kind of looking at seams and seeing what little other tweaks have to happen. But at least it did update. I don't have to go through that whole delete cache thing. Alright, cool. Getting there. Let's go. Handful more blocks, and it's done. Well, not all, kind of. I have to texture it too, but at least we got a chance to see that, so that's cool. I'm gonna hit save, even though I really didn't change much. Alright, let's back out of this. Let's go back into our Voxedit. Closing out my Game Maker 2. I'm gonna have to load up a new version when we go back in. Okay, so I gotta fix this because this is not touching the ground. Ah, there we go. We're touching the wait. Yeah, it should be. Okay. Oh, excuse me. This one needs to go down too. There we go. And then I'm going to add, like a lot of the edges, I'm going to be adding other block entities there to kind of hide some of the, like just the over boxiness of it, shall we say, and help to blend the two different sort of surface types there, shall we call them. Now, I forgot what I was going to do with this guy. Let's go on that side. There. You're right there. You're over there. Okay. That's right. Yeah. Okay. I just need to finish up this back. I'm not going to use this big block, but kind of wanted to, identify it there. And I have, oh, that's too big of one. That's the wrong one. I have these different blocks that I've made kind of standardized size to a certain degree. And then as needed, when I go to texture, I'll just duplicate them and make a new one to fit the texture that I need to suit. And I kind of using these as, ways to sort of finish off the surface and give us the texture that we're kind of looking for too, in terms of like I said, kind of climbing a rock to some degree. I'm kind of experimenting with certain angles here, even though the pivot point goes all wacky. I'm kind of just giving me ideas of how to turn this, which way to go, things like that. So we can get this guy all hammered out. What point does that slip out? Let's see. There it is. Right on the edge. So just trying to play with different angles and see, what kind of looks neat. Because there is like an erosion pattern on this rock. If you when you look closely at the reference, and it's changed over the years because you could tell, people are on it. Snows heavily every year, so the rock definitely changes its shape. If you just look up how you saw on the front here, Everest base camp 5364 meters. If you just even put that in Google Images, you'll see how it has that little concave in the center. It's kind of straight across, tilted, but like the actual rest of the shape has like changes. So kind of neat. Hey, it's Blockchain Barry. How's it going, buddy? Doing more building as I do every day here. A little quiet of a streaming day today, I've noticed. Well, this weekend in general. This weekend in general is kind of quiet, unless you happen to be like Zimzy or Centurion or something like that, who's specifically been doing the speed runs, because a lot of people like checking out the speed run streams. I might have a couple of those as time goes on, but like right now I have to build. Like that's what I do. I fucking build. I build shit for tokens. People give me the tokens after giving me the job, and then I build that shit. But thank you. This is for an independent game endeavor by a landowner, and they have a pretty sweet idea about this Everest themed kind of parkour adventure, and they need someone help build stuff because it takes a lot of effort to build out of land in general. So that's what I'm doing right now. Still in the early phases, but it sounds like the client / lead game designer is pleased with the progress so far, so that's good. Okay. Let me try a speed run most of the time. Yeah, if you stream it, be sure to put like Sandbox, like a speed run. You know what I'm saying? And people will probably come and check you out because that's really popular right now. And so I know you're looking to get more people to check out your streams and shit. So put it in your title, like, because mine right now I can't keep it the same because I pretty much am just working on this shit and I can't get into some of the games sometimes. But like how I was mentioning, when I'm going to do speedrun stuff, I'm going to change my title to be like, I'm speedrunning Sandbox 3 Alpha today. So make sure you put that in there in terms of just the title will help. I don't know if you're on Twitter, but there's a lot of people look for content on Twitter for Sandbox. So it's good to tweet out that you're going live, and tag it with like the Sandbox. You know, use the Sandbox official whatever too, and things like that, and people will find you. There's only so huge of a crowd right now in Sandbox, but it is getting bigger. I've been in the shadows in the very least on streams and stuff like that for a while now. And I've been working, you know, as creator fund for a little while. So I've definitely seen it all grow. Okay, this is still side B, wasn't it? Alright, let's see, take over. Yeah, and you'll see, this is, I know you're interested in building too, so you kind of get an idea of how to build some stuff without going over a shit ton of faces, because it's going to be a rock that has different levels and different whatever, and it's only right now 794 faces. That's cool, and that's what I'm saying. Like, just bring that up in the Blaze Game Discord chat, and they'll fucking love that. And they'll want to support that too, because well, pretty much Blaze Games, like the guys there, and then there's Cyber Dragon and Rufu. Like they're kind of like the official and de facto Australian representation for the Sandbox, and they do definitely want more Australian participation and help from other Aussies to get that economy interested in what's going on here. There's actually going to be something like another appearance that they're going to make somewhere. So I'm not sure which side of the continent you're on, but I know there's an event that's going to go on pretty soon in person. And like how if you're interested in doing it more on a professional level, it does just help getting next to people, because there is so much expansion, and you need people who are motivated. And then how if you're standing there and can do the job, there's a good chance you might get a shot at it. Yeah, this is it is this alpha has been pretty interesting in terms of there's definitely like a bigger participation. Like you can kind of tell there's a bigger participation, and with that, it's like you can just see how like there's people who are really interested in the speed running, and they're not necessarily interested in the building. I mean that sort of interest sort of branch is starting to become more apparent with the community, which I think is a sign of growing. You know what I mean? So I think that's really cool too in that sense. Okay, not you. Who the fuck's I gonna use here? Like I was mentioning here, I have some standardized stuff, like blocks basically, and as I texture them as needed, I'll kind of swap out, what a new one in there. 16 and 28. Yeah, wait. Let's see if I need an in-between block here. I'm gonna try this guy. Yeah, I mean, it does, and I want to get into it. I mean, it's fun to me too, and fun enough in that sense, especially now it actually keeps track. Because before we were just doing that shit for fun, you know what I mean, in last season. So that's really cool, but at the same time, like how I want to see what people do, because then they give you the shortcuts and answers, so you don't have to work as hard. So that's also my motivation for waiting, for trailblazers like yourself who are gonna look for those little things, and I'll watch your VODs and I'll be like, oh, that's how they did it, sweet, now then I go do it. with some exception, because like how like I'm probably gonna like even the speed runs I do, like they'll probably be in like chunks in the sense that like um, there's some stuff I already know the route to. I just haven't gone back and done it. I give the example right now. If you look at my times Lululand, like my Lululand time is like super high unnecessarily because like how I was casually doing it. Like I said, I got up during the middle of one of the quests and went and got some food or something. You know what I mean? So I know I can get it way down. So there'll be like a time when I'm doing that, but then once a lot of that's done, then I'll get into like, okay, you have to do this roll right here to try to get da da da. I just might not care about like okay, like if I'm really close to like thousands of sand, maybe I'll fucking do it. But even then, I'm not sure how much I care. The fact that if I get 60 more sand for the season, fuck yeah. It's like, but am I capable of doing that? Probably, yeah. Of going up there, but I still want to do it. Sounds like a cop out, but like I said, it happens to be fucking true. And some of our friends here who like get a little discouraged because they're seeing the times going on. I'm just telling them like, you don't have to get like the 20 minutes or whatever it is for the records right now. Even just having like hours, you'll probably still get in the top of 10,000. And like how it just that trend seems to be what's going on even with mine. Like I said, mine is like 11 hours and I'm like 5,000 or something like that, right? And I said absolutely not putting super effort into getting the lowest times on everything. And so it is possible for someone to do it. So hey, Zoomsy, speaking of super fucking speedsters and shit, here we got one right now. Zoomsy in the motherfucking house. Fucking bow down, speedrunners. One of the top motherfuckers right here, right now. But yeah, I was just saying that eventually I'll get into trying to get my times down. Right now, I'm just trying to finish them sooner than later, just in case of any added bonuses. So that's my motivation at this point. So I don't want to do here. Maybe it might be because I'm sure the cheats are only getting better and better. Even though they're knocking a bunch out, I'm sure there's a bunch of new ones still. There's always new advanced tactics that these cheaters use because that's a lot of money up there. You know what I mean? I'm making a big fucking rock. Big famous rock from Mount Everest. That's all I'm doing today. Oh yeah, that too. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just keeping their shit offline. See, but Zoomsy, that's the difference between you and them. Is like not only will you get the gold, but you'll get the fucking glory because you're like, look, I've been doing this shit hours of streaming. It's like, who's this like Dave 8942 guy or whatever? You know what I'm saying? He ain't getting the follows, you know? But as you see, Zoomsy, it's like at one point it's going to come down to like tenths of a second. And so, whether you know them right now or not, and so this is, what's kind of interesting is it's very much kind of like golf in a lot of respect, like when you play in golf tournaments, because even though you're in a tournament, you're not like your wills aren't directly contesting each other's. You know what I'm saying? Even in a race, you kind of are because you're like right next to each other, right? And you can maneuver. But something like golf, you can't. Or tennis, you can't. You know what I mean? Or it's like, I remember tennis, like how the wheels against each other, but in like golf, it's not. And so in this one, that's the case. So just, I know as well, probably better than most. Just keep focused, and it's going to come down to those tenths of a second. You definitely got a shot at that top. So. Well, there's still quite a few days left. So if you really want it, I'm sure you can get it too. Like I said, it just comes down to dedication. Like if you're really dedicated, yeah. In this instance, that's how you do it. It's not going to be a casual thing to get that 30,000 sand for sure. But it is a casual thing to get 60 sand. So let me tell you, it's not that fucking hard. Um, so at least from what I'm seeing so far. So that's what I was trying to say. Like a lot of like before you got here that some people get discouraged because of performances like your own, and they're like, oh well, fuck, you know what I mean? I'm just like, well, you can still get 60 sand, dude. Just like don't diddle daddle, and when you go back in to actually get a lower time if you go replay it again. Hey, Vatefo, welcome. We're just talking a little bit about speed running, because I like to do multiple things on this stream while I build shit. And we happen to have Zoomsy here. He's regular. He's not. It's not like this is a rare appearance per se, but it's always fun when you have like it's kind of like your home team is doing well in the big game, and so like of course Zoomsy has had a good top spot there on the leaderboard, and so it's kind of chatting about what might happen as it goes forward, because how we're saying there might be a good amount of people who are waiting to KYC just so their times won't be seen and shit like that. And I'm like, yeah, I won't doubt that at all, because it's a lot of money, and so yeah, everyone's gonna, there's some people are gonna do their absolute best on and off the court, so to speak. You know what I mean? They're gonna do whatever they can, because yeah, 30,000 sands, a lot of fucking dough. Do. Oh, I don't have a 16. Okay. It's this guy. Hey, Wicked. How's it going? And hopefully, Wicked's, issues with the Sandbox software are resolved, so like I can actually try to do some of this too. Making rock. It's almost done. That's good. Yeah, even I know it's still early, but still congratulations, Zoomsy, on your performance. You make it look easy in that sense. But I do think that you'll just stay at it. You'll get some good dough. you'll get some of that. You know what I mean? And yes, I do think that you have the potential to get top. That 30 sand. 30,000, I mean. So don't count yourself out. Fucking cat hair just does not want to go away. Still can't log in though. Huh? Wow. That's obnoxious. Seems like each version has like different systems that the software just doesn't want to work on. One of my friends and colleagues that I mentioned before, who makes like games too, but like regular like coding, and trying to get on the Sandbox, and the software just wouldn't work on his system. And it's not like he has a good regular system. I mean, like it should work on this, but it just didn't. It was weird. And so he's gonna try again, here shortly. but it was just weird. Just wouldn't want to work on his shit for some reason. That's cool. I mean, even top 200, that's awesome. I mean, to me, like, if you're in the top 1,000 in a, especially in a worldwide thing, like that's pretty fucking good. So, top 1,000 means like you ain't too shabby, you know. But I do think a lot of us here, because a lot of us have been playing games for a while, like we don't realize that you're in the top category in everything you play probably because it's just kind of easy to you. So. Oh, you son of a bitch. Is it too small? Oh, wait, no, it's fine. Okay, alright. Thought it was a little too short, but I don't think it is. Nice. You can do it, Zomzy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You never know, man. Don't count yourself out. You may wake up one morning and just be like, you know what? I think I can shave that fucking 1/10 of a second down. Because, yeah, it's going to probably get crazy close at the end of when everything's said and done here. So, like how we saw with just like the parkour challenges and like okay, Meads, like parkour race, how that came down to super like fractions of a second, you know. So I'm glad the server can handle that. That's good, you know. I think we finally have a rock enclosed. Almost. Okay, I gotta do that. And I gotta do like the trim, so to speak. Hey, PG Live. Working on the rock here. There's rock being made. Like I was telling everyone earlier, like it's like a famous rock. It's not just like any rock. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of where I'm like, you know what? I want to do something more interesting on this one. So that's what's happening. And make it so you can kind of, like it feels like you're climbing it, you know? Because of the new stair mechanic and everything. So yeah. And this is what I was talking about a little earlier. For those who caught it when I was saying like how I'm gonna blend the edges, using these blocks. So I don't necessarily mind that because there's gonna be textured. So like these aren't just necessarily just gonna be plain blocks here, but still like up here, I'll put some more blocks here to blend those edges. But I think, yeah, okay, it's pretty much closed. I just need to close off that part, which I was going to do later. Let me upload this so we can see what it looks like in the Game Maker again. But yeah, making voxels, talking about speed running. How to apply the rock texture. Okay. Well, there's a handy dandy little tool that I'll use for that sometimes when I want to make sure it's like, okay, I'm just gonna basically get a JPEG and put the JPEG on there, or whatever it is. And I'll get the link there here in a second. I just want to just click through this upload process, and then I'll go into that again. Okay, so now I'm going to put a link in the chat. Okay, that link, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that up on our screen here so we can look at it together. Just give me a moment. Got to get the thing going, which is going to be this one, I believe. Yes, it is. Alright, it's there. Make this bigger. Do the trim thing. And we're good. Okay, so this is... Oh my god! I clicked off it. Okay. This is the website that is posted there. And if you look at it, you can open a file here, which can basically be like pretty much anything you're seeing here for the most part, as well as JPEGs and PNGs. And let me see if I have it. Okay, hold on, give me a second. Because I'll show you the exact texture I used for this. Where'd it go? Where the fuck did you go? There you go. Okay. And so I had a PNG of basic. I think it might have even been that picture that you're seeing in the corner still, and so you can change the resolution. And so that resolution was like I think it was 256, something like that. So I think this is the actual size. And so it's a PNG, and so that means there's no background here too. So when you do a PNG, it won't give you the background in your stuff, but it will make it'll make it in pieces. They're going to be square, so your hitbox is still going to be square around that. But like you won't have to worry about getting rid of extra blocks if you make your image backgroundless with the PNG. And then what it does is it brings you a 1 voxel wide replica of that, and backwards. So for some reason it just comes out backwards. Don't ask me why, just flip it, right? So you can see, and it'll do it depending on what the resolution that you told it to output it. And now sometimes, like, what I'll do is I'll take this and then you can just fill it, you know what I mean, too, to make it bigger, thicker, whatever. In this instance, it doesn't matter. It kind of needs to be one veneer. And that's one way to do it in terms of getting, like, an image on there. Like how I mentioned, because it's a famous rock. So I figured might as well try to do this image technique on there, because it's kind of big, too. And so as you can see, and what... You know, and you'll have varying degrees of success in terms of how it looks, like, translated to the voxels. But then, like, how there's other things you can do. Let's say if you wanted this image to be a little more cartoonish, that's where if you mod it in your image editor, so like if you're using like GIMP or Krita or something like that, or Photoshop, you would play with the contrast, or you would run a filter over it to make it look like a match, say, like the Sandbox style, so you can kind of have it match already a pixelated style, bring it in, things like that. But that website there is a handy fucking tool. So it's it was kind of fun at first. So I realized, like, you could do some interesting shit with this. And then because it does spit out a palette too, so you can grab this palette and move it around as needed. Which basically I did already, and I'm probably gonna do like you'll see it, because I'm going to use that palette to do those blocks, and while I'm not going to go ahead and do like the image, I'm not going to kind of try to put a face on all those, like it's not really that hard to randomize shit. Like, I know a lot of people like using Magica to randomize like the whatever, but it's like, dude, just go done, you know what I mean? I know it's like Happy Little Trees, Bob Ross and shit, but it really can't be that quick. So, you can't trust. Showing the voxelator. I'm sure you remember the voxelator. Handy fucking tool. Helps us make things like this. I did upload it. Okay, yeah, we're gonna check it out now. That's right. And then, I guess the other thing too, like how this asset was done with the same tool too. I had just a granite image. You know what I mean? And I just kind of needed that pattern, or a pattern, that within that same scope of colors, and worked out pretty good. And so this is the palette that I'm going to use on the blocks, for instance. And I'll kind of show, like, you don't necessarily So you don't have to necessarily kind of sit and do one by ones here. I mean, to make this kind of texture. Uh, so yeah, have fun with that. It's a really neat tool. Uh, okay, so now I'm going to bring up the game maker. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what most of this stream is. It's like a, I guess, an all levels kind of tutorial kind of thing. But I tend to get into a little more intermediate, advanced shit because I'm usually doing like what I'm working on, and then if someone asks a question, I'll like go back and explain some shit, explain myself. So we got our game maker up here, and hopefully it updated without too much bullshit. I only get to use that so often. You know what I mean? At least up to this point, because the Sandbox like doesn't, like you don't want to use JPEGs with the Creator Fund. Let's put it that way. Like, so probably won't get approved. So it's always fun when I get a chance to actually kind of do something with it. All right. So now we have a rock that resembles our famous rock. I'm just going to do some edges here, and like as we see, we can climb it, which is kind of fun. Because once again, you can't just do it like as one big block or like easy stairs, but I'm like, yeah, I try to make it close to scale. I don't know, it's not 1-to-1, but it's pretty fucking close to the scale. I mean, it's kind of hard to do 1-to-1 scale in Sandbox anyways. It's like kind of not exactly 1 meter. It's close to 1 meter. In terms of like one block, things like that. So, but like I said, I kind of wanted to make it look like what it actually does, I guess. But oh, thank you, Kertros. So I'm not quite done yet, of course. I'm still I'm gonna match the texturing, and including even the front. So like I'm gonna like this front isn't gonna be just the image, because like we're seeing it's still kind of flat. Like so I'm probably gonna go in there and make a little more contrast so it actually kind of fits a little bit better with this rest of the Sandbox motif to some degree, because even though this game is comprised of a lot of custom assets, there's still like certain limitations relative to the Sandbox. So I want to help it feel more immersive, and I might even actually like do give the Everest base camp part there, give it another layer, and then like kind of outline or indent the Everest part so it gives it more dimension. And so if I look at it this way, you kind of see that it's sort of like sort of chiseled it like they kind of did on there. We'll see. I don't know. Having too much fun with the rock, I guess. So it's famous rock. But yeah. So I'm just kind of taking mental inventory here. I'm gonna add some smaller squares along this ridge to kind of help blend it, and then again the texturing. I'll do a little bit of texturing. So I'm gonna save everyone the fucking boredom at one point, including myself. But yeah, I'm just kind of checking it out now. And I'm also making sure there's no Z fighting, from what I could tell. Yeah, so far it looks like I'm pretty Z fighting free, which is great. Alright. It was roughly 256 by 128 by like 80 something, like 84 or 74, or no, 84 I think it was, 84. like I said, I try to make it roughly to scale, um, and and I think it might be slightly over that 256 now, so it might be like 260. And I think it's a little wider now, probably like 132. And I think the absolute height is probably a little higher than 84 now, so it's probably close to 90, something like that. But like for instance, the front here that was made from the PNG, like this, from the furthest one side to the furthest other side is 256. So all the way over here to like all the way over here is 256. So yeah, kind of cool, kind of fun, a little bit different when you have to make a rock that actually looks like a specific rock. I'm not sure how often that happens. But it's still kind of fun challenge. And so like how I was saying here, you can see how you have a person standing on there, and the lady up there doesn't necessarily seem like she's that tall, because you can kind of get some size reference from like the flags that are off to the right. So there was some scale reference there, besides the big ass mountain. So as I was saying, trying to make it roughly that size. Hopefully that's not too big for the end purpose. But I think that, like I said, try to keep it at least within some of the same scales that I used to also in terms of the Sandbox. Put a reference over here in the corner again. And then let's just finish this guy off. So, where are you? Okay, that's top. Okay, here we go. Don't duplicate you. I'm going to replace this one with a small one. And this is just like a thing that I started, picked up over time working in Voxedit and such, to when you have a bunch of repeating kind of items like these little blocks, I found it's easier usually just to kind of make a generic one, and then individually as needed, go in and then replace them later. Get your shape set up, things like that. And that's just the way I work. It's not like the best way, or kid to sculpting to some degree, But yeah, I really want to get in there and like change up like these block textures. But you kind of see how doing that starts giving me actually more dimension that's going on in the rock, things like that, and taking away from the unnatural looking edge of what's going on here, being a computer dealio, because you can see it's a pretty straight rock across the top there in the actual photo. So that's kind of cool too. Makes the job a little easier. Where was I going to put you? I'm trying to put it on like the seams where it looks a little more apparent that there's some kind of break, something like that. So, And then it just the rock itself happens to have these kind of stridation step kind of things, so it's really kind of ideal in that sense of like how to, you know, duplicate a rock. Kind of need something back here too. This looks a little too two-dimensional over here, I think. So hopefully everyone had a great weekend. Or at least had some fun or something. Days blur together here for me. I just weekend, not weekend, all building. Now is the time. Now is the time to seize the opportunity, you know? Later will be time for relaxing. Right now, tokens. Building. You know, at least that's me. That's how it's gone here these days. Alright. Cool. Yeah, and just kind of like a general tip in art design, and when you're doing like a caricature, right? Because we can't really make a photorealistic image of the rock over there. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, you could maybe, but it would be way over the face count, etc., etc. You're accentuating certain things that make that subject unique. So like how in this instance we're accentuating how it's like this old phone shape kind of curve to this, and then how, like I mentioned, there's this natural stratification on the rock as you look closer to it. So I'm kind of like I'm accentuating those features as the characterization of this rock, and that goes for like anything that you're going to turn a cartoon into, something into a cartoon. You're accentuating certain things in the form. Or else it would just be a photorealistic image, you know. So it's like, what makes it a cartoon? That's one of the things that you could say it does, you know, helps define that or stylize it, whatever. You know. Oh, just Z fighting right there. Okay, alright. Problem solved. See? That's another reason why I wanted to go back and put some of these things on the edges, because yeah, there's probably going to be Z fighting, and that's how you solve it too. Like there's few instances you can get Z fighting look kind of cool, but usually it just doesn't, it just looks wrong. See it there, it's that seam right there. Okay. Alright, it's still under 1,000 faces. No. I don't know who caught the Pickaxe Masters show yesterday, but they kind of just posed a casual question to the audience if they thought the trend in Sandbox is going to go more towards blocky or more towards like the low poly style, and I definitely think it's going to go towards the low poly style, but then also beyond that is going to be NFT frame texturing. I know more and more people are already doing it, but eventually you can get like a pseudo high resolution scenario happening in the Sandbox by using NFTs, JPEGs as your walls and stuff like that. So that would be kind of interesting. I know for myself, I have some ideas of using that, but I don't know. I'm not really like itching to try it yet until the marketplace has updated entirely. Oh, and speaking of the marketplace, just heads up everyone that around Wednesday, Thursday, depending on where you're at, the market may stop working for a little bit. So like all operations might be frozen on there, and they might do an announcement about this. Excuse me, because of the Ethereum merge. So there's going to be a bandwidth of time coming here shortly that's going to happen. So just keep that in mind. Try not to do any transactions around that time, and just wait for whatever to happen. Which is ironic because the transactions have to happen, so it does happen. But the prediction right now, in terms of just the velocity of trading, it looks like it's might be around Wednesday. The merge happens. Theoretically, though, that would signal the beginning of even lower gas for Ethereum. So keep that in mind too. So if you were thinking about buying something, you might want to wait just a little bit, because gas might go by this time next week. Gas might be down even more significant than it has been. Isn't that right, escape room artist? Okay. Talk a little bit about the merge. Good morning to you, of course. While making a famous rock. Oh no, I almost moved something I didn't want to. Oh my god, I did it again. Yeah, lower gas, exactly. It hasn't been like outlandish recently, so that's a good sign. Made me hopeful. For a while there, I'm just like, you guys are so full of shit. But it has been getting better, and hopefully this will make it even more efficient, and as I say it will. Because I think all of us definitely want to see that, you know. Oh, you digging it in PG Live? Glad. Obviously, it's very important that you like this direction. So I'm glad to hear this. Like I said, kind of, like I'm just like, yeah, you know what, this could look kind of neat. Like beyond just like, yeah, that's the same rock, kind of, So I figured, might as well put a little more effort. I'm kind of just playing with like what looks more rock-like at this point too. So like, have certain holes filled, etc. This is see how that goes. Because like I was mentioning earlier in the stream, when I was looking at references for this rock, it's changed over the years just because of where it's at, and people trampling on it, marking it up, things like that. But yeah. Well, I didn't see that asset on the list to make this, so if you got it, go for it. Send it over. Yeah. Made it easier to get size references though, like seeing how like everyone takes a picture by this thing. That's cool. And like I mentioned, I wanted to make sure, like, make it feel like it's climbable too. You know, not just like stairs, or not kind of like have some weird, um, weird sort of mechanics on it. You know, it feels like a rock would if you looked at it like that. You know. But all right. Let me check how this guy acts. Oh wait, I wanted to get. That's right, down here too. So that bugged me. I didn't want to make. I wanted to avoid this like sign-looking, scenario if I can. Like those are flags. Okay, fine, those can hang down. But I want to add another rock over here. So gonna make that look, less like artificial by just using one of these blocks and angling it to kind of cut in and out to create an actual more 3D texture to it. It's believable. See, because that's, don't want that to be seen at all. Go out a little bit like that. It's fine. Okay. Okay, that can all be handled with texture. Cool. Alright. Save this, bring it into the game maker, give it a look. Oh, messed up. Hold on. So did anyone else win the Alpha Pass this weekend? Hopefully so. It's good to see those who hang out in the streams, win one of those things. It's nice not to have to fill out the form on GMAE, whenever that happens. It's like poor Joseph and Conrad keep running into shit, like whenever they try to find a rhythm with the shows. Okay, do not update. There we go. Now we update. Here we go. Alright, got a little dimension in there. Actually, probably add another one right here on the corner. Hey, Keeper Top Shot. Welcome. I'm making a big rock. A big rock from Mount Everest. Base camp. So looking at the references, this looks like the lower base camp. So that means a lot of people make it to this one. Oh man, still broken, huh? That's fucked up, dude. Like, that's heartbreaking when that shit happens, you know? Okay. Do another one there. Okay. Yeah. So I try to make it so you can climb it, you know? I can... Oh, looks like I can use that. So I can use that line jetting down because if, you know, I'm sure a lot of you who've actually checked out geology and maybe even went rock hunting to some degree, you see these kind of jetting sort of veins from granite of different types of material or minerals, and so I kind of want to use that in that texture when I eventually get to that spot. We'll see. Yeah, Keeper, that sucks. Especially right now with the alpha and everything. And unless you already won the alpha pass, then, you know, all good. Smooth sailing. You know what I mean? But if you haven't, especially, fuck, that sucks. Okay. Oh no, I fell again. Okay, getting there, almost done with that. Hold on, I thought I heard my computer talking a little more than it should right now. Some updates in the background want to happen. So, no, not right now. We're almost done. Oh, yeah. Unlink this one. A bigger one. Not even the chance of winning an alpha pass makes you stay. Well, I know, yeah, for some of you guys, it's like, yeah, it's like an ungodly hour, unless you're kind of like me, where your schedule is, you're a night shift person, so to speak. You know what I mean? Yeah. Panda Pops is a little more easier to catch. You know, if you can't catch the GMAE usually. And actually, the odds winning on her show are probably a little better because it's like there generally isn't as many people, you know, because of the time of day. Once again, I think more than anything, because I know there's obviously a lot of people there's a lot who are interested in the Game Maker. I know that she plays games too and stuff like that. So, but for whatever reason, they're usually just a little fewer in attendance. So yeah, odds are better. Just playing with what looks the best, really. Okay, it's gonna be kind of, yeah. For me personally, the GMAE show is probably a pretty good time because it's like 8 p.m. my time, so it's like super easy for me to make that one. Even though I wake up super late in the afternoon in terms of, like, you know, my standard time here. Oh yeah, no. I mean, Even though it's 4 a.m. for me, but it's like it's really more of like p.m. in terms of like my actual awake time. You know what I mean? So yeah, if it was like the other way around, like if I'm like, oh, I have to wake up at 4 p.m., it'd be like, oh no, that's early. You know? Yes, yes, it does. Yes. Yeah. We were just talking about the voxelization of an image for what I did there. Like I didn't, because yeah, I could you could be there for a while getting into like all the potential ways to use that fucking tool. It's awesome. So like with 3D files especially, there's a lot of flexibility there. I'm actually gonna test some of it pretty soon on another project. See how it goes. So, but yeah, very cool site. So you should bookmark that if you haven't already. Any of you, if you need the link again, let me know. I'll post it again. Okay, we'll do one more over here. Yeah, I'm glad you found that useful. Yeah, that's good. It's one of the things that I try to do here on the stream is, inform of like cool new ways of doing shit. So I'm looking for it. You know what I mean? This is one of the things too that a lot of people have been playing with Mid Journey, and so I've been doing some messing with that too. And what I found was immediately useful with Mid Journey. It wasn't like some grand new NFT project. It was actually getting like a visualized concept of like stuff for the creator fund. Because like the creator fund, there was a theme that we had to come up with, and then in that theme we had to come up with items. And so I want like the environment that our theme was in. I was like, well, let's see what Mid Journey like. Let's have it make something for me that's in those themes. And so it actually did a pretty interesting job. So like giving you like some ideas or visualizing your ideas, I would recommend even checking out something like Mid Journey. Yeah, I did some pretty cool images. I can actually bring them up too, like because like how you saw the cactuses I was making, that neon blue cactus. Like so I put in like neon blue desert. You know what I mean, and seeing what it spit back out of me. Um, and yeah, with a little tweaking, a little adjustments, it's pretty cool. I can see how you can even get a little more elaborate. Really, and I haven't necessarily counted out doing some kind of project with it at some point, specifically because it is randomly generated in that sense, or you know, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. This is pretty neat. The side is not going how I wanted it to so far, but we're gonna make it. Go. Oh, too much. Just slightly, something like that. Yeah. Well, because the raffle hasn't happened yet. So the raffle tickets come into play at the end of the season. So in a lot of ways, like right now, it doesn't matter like what you have, how many tickets you have raffle, um, but later on it will. If you haven't already won one somewhere else. Oh, damn it. Okay. Get closer. Oh, I did it again. Okay. I'll put a couple. Let me see. No, I guess I can texture that and it'll be fine. Alright, cool. Now I just need some textures, I think. But used to need to get tweaking down because it just don't come out like. Oh, on like Midjourney, yeah. Like if you have a reference on Midjourney, like so if there's a URL to an image, like that helps a lot too. Let me see. Let me so I have this reference up. Let's change our reference for a second. I can bring up that whole thing. Or one of the last ones I did where I'm like, hey, that's good enough. Let's see. Is this one? Okay. Like this was one of them. I said neon blue desert night. That was one that it generated. It was kind of neat. Let me see, what's that one? Oh, this is like the progression to that. So if you've used Midjourney before, you know you can kind of tell it to elaborate on certain output. Oh, why did that one come out fucking weird? That's weird. Okay, hold on. Is this? Yeah, it is truncated that way. Okay. There we go. So this was the progression leading up to that last one. I think I told it to do the elaboration on the one on the bottom left, and that's kind of where I got the other thing. But yeah, you know, it wasn't like I was basing my entire design off of this. I was just kind of thinking like, I wonder if this might spark some more ideas, or you know, things like that from this, and it was pretty handy actually. You know, it kind of did. It definitely helped visualize certain things, so that was cool. Hey Noble, how's it going? And I'll pull this down. But here, let me save this. And then so that's kind of where like how the neon blue cactus, you know, is one of the things there that part of the backdrop scene. There's gonna be some more like items that I'm gonna be working on here that go beyond just like scenery shit. But but yeah, so that's kind of that in terms of the theme. Like might do a platform next or something like that. But for now, let me see, which one should I modify? Who are you? Okay, there are definitely less of you. So I kind of want to at least do this. I'm going to load in a new palette, which is this granite one that I brought in. Okay. I'm back out again because I want to see how this matches everything. Okay. Alright. Okay, cool. Yeah, so there'll be a process I'll go through to texturize these. Um, and like, let me see what. Okay, this one. 36 by 64. This one, okay. But I'll give you an example. I'll just do this part right now. So I'm going to duplicate this, and I'll probably call it the same things, but I'm just going to put like A behind it. So it's a different name. No, that's a different name. I'm going to unlink this guy, put it right there. And so now this one, when I modify this one, it won't modify all of them everywhere. Because this one, for instance, probably is going to I'm just going to do this little blotch right here. Because we know it's going to blend in with that bluish color. And so we get right here. And I'll start just kind of doing this. So we got that one. I want to see if I have the shade close enough. And if so, which one, and where am I matching on here? And so I can see this matching over here. So then I'm going to get like the next one and just kind of fill in that. Oops, I totally exited out. I don't think I saved that. Okay, good. But at one point, I'll kind of have like these sort of like vein kind of things worked out. And then once that's the case, then you fill the rest, and it's like, there you go, done. And it's like a unique texture, and it takes like maybe like 5 minutes. You don't necessarily have to get into too crazy. You don't have to do the rest of the block. Just do what's showing, you know what I mean? Oh, I forgot what blue that was now. Shit. I'm gonna guess on this one. So, but yeah, and then too, you have a little bit more control of your texture. It makes a little more logical sense with whatever you're making. And it doesn't look as robotic, so to speak. I mean, yeah, and you can kind of see how like it starts to kind of tell you what needs to be filled anyways, like just by clicking on it. And you can see like there's starting to be a flow from one portion to the next, and that's kind of what you want to do, especially on those transitions. You can be like really random and open spots a little bit easier, but to kind of help blend in the seams, and also to kind of make it have a certain 3D effect, stuff like that. That's what I say. That's why I personally am not like afraid to texture shit by hand, because it's like you end up getting a better result anyways than randomizing it. Like you know when you're looking at stuff from a lay perspective, it might seem random, but there's a pattern, and so that's kind of where, you know, as an artist, you know, having the confidence to just be like, oh, I see that pattern, and I can repeat it, because I'm seeing like how every X amount there's a okay, I'll make sure it's the right tool. There's a color, there's a stratification there, you know. So yeah, and you know, considering, you know, this is, you know, it's a sincere effort to make a good game here that's going on. This isn't necessarily like a demo. You know, it's not. I'm not trying to race to a finish line to finish my client's project. I'm trying to make sure it's fucking quality, so that when it goes in the game, people are like, oh, that's fucking cool. Like, I mean, that looks great. So as I was saying, like, don't always look for shortcuts, even though like there might be a way to like randomize some of these textures. Or, like how I use the voxelizer to make this face. Like I'm not relying on the voxelizer to make the rest of this too. You know, because I still probably going to change some of these plates. Because yeah, there's a pattern. It tiles, but it tiles a little bit too symmetrical. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of another thing that I'll probably end up changing a little bit. As I said, it's going to be a finished product that goes into, you know, a sincere effort in terms of Sandbox. Okay, that's not the right one. So I'm gonna do this. So I want to find out that exact fucking blue, because they're using the same palettes too, so you can kind of do this. Okay, so it's 4 over from right there. Okay. This guy. Okay, let's make sure. I want to see if that matches. Alright, there we go. Getting there. Yeah, so next time you see this, it'll be textured. Completely. And like I said, hopefully have some pretty good fidelity for the sandbox, considering, you know, it's all voxels. So it's one of these projects that I'm kind of like, yeah, you know, it'll be good to put a little extra mile and make it look kind of cool, because, you know, it's the idea of Everest, and kind of like, you know, really characterizing the whole the experience, and not so much, like I said, to make it look real per se, but to say, oh yeah, that looks like the rock from the Google image. And so it's kind of what I was trying to capture. But alright, well, so I'm just kind of looking, and I'm like, do I really want to sit in a texture right now on the screen, or should we just play some fucking marbles? I think we're probably just play some fucking marbles, and celebrate Half Dork's return to the stream for the week. You know, because fun things ensue on that stream, and a lot of neat tips on shit, you know. We can easily kill half an hour of time, you know, with marbles. And don't forget, everyone, check up in the corner over here if you have Steam. Download Marbles on Stream. It's free, and you probably have coins up here where you can buy shit at the shop. So if you want to know how to get a fancy racer, that's how you do it, without spending money, because you've been playing so many marbles. And the map voting is on, so if there's any ones you want to play specifically today, go ahead and do the exclamation point vote thing. And while everyone's doing that, I think I'm going to check and see what the hell is opening today on the map. Where were you? I thought I seen 12th over here somewhere. Oh, there we are. Is going to be Jinta Valley Social Hub is what's going to be open in not too much longer. About an hour and a half-ish. It's multiplayer. Jinta Valley is a multiplayer land of imagination with a variety of story styles. Cyberpunk, Candy City, Crimson Forest, you name it, it's here! That's what they're saying. Anyways, they have a link to the experience and what's on there. It's kind of neat. I never clicked on that before. That's kind of cool. Oh wow, everyone's already voted. Holy shit. I was ready to marbles for sure. Oh really? You know, you should, because like I've got points from just hanging out on other people's. Uh, just kind of depends, like, because there's different events that go on, things like that. But that's kind of surprising. Make sure you link it to link. You have to be sure to link your account to your Twitch account though. So if even though you download it and have it on Steam, make sure you go through the linking process to put it to this account that you're racing with, and that might also be why nothing's showing up. Uh, I don't see where PG Live is. I don't understand. Like he's like marbles, let's fucking go, and then I'm not even here. Like I don't understand that. This is the raging pin though. Oh, you did link it? That's weird. There's Keeper. Is the house on fire? I have one of the fans here pointing a different way, so it's like capturing a lot of the smoke back in this like around me right now. So yeah, it looks worse than it is. Uh, hey, Jakusha. Of course, Mr. Karatros. We were making rock today. Now we're doing some marbles. All that kind of fun stuff. So, smoke. I'm like, I'll have to mess with that, you know. And I know I guess I purposely wear certain shit so I blend in with the chroma key. So specifically because I want to have fun with that, you know. So I think I'm gonna have to now. Been testing, like soon it's gonna get a little more outrageous as time goes on. I think. All right, 11 racers so far. This is end of stream marble, so I'm gonna wait a little longer. Stalling to raid anyways, so you know, might as well just give it a little bit of time. So yeah, this is the one with that pin at the end. Hey, Blood Metal, welcome. Made it just in time for some marbles. Some more marbles, start off the week. Should be really interesting. Everything going on. More alpha going on. More giveaways happening. Then we got the merge happening in Ethereum this week. So hopefully gas will go down even cheaper. So maybe it won't matter too much that it's on Matic. You know, you can finally get that thing in the marketplace you've had your eye on. But I think we'll get this first race started. Got 12. It's a good number. Before everyone starts losing track if they've hit exclamation point play or not, you know? Yeah, I know, it's cheap. It's already been cheaper, but this is supposed to make it go down like a lot. So that's what I'm saying. Hopefully, if everything goes well, it's like it really won't matter that much about being on Matic. Because I know that's affecting a lot of people's decisions to buy in the marketplace right now and all sort of kind of stuff. But you know, By the time UGC is open, it won't really matter as much anyways either, because it will be cheaper no matter what. Wicked's like, good luck everyone, as you're in the lead. You're like, good luck catching me, suckers. Uh-oh, Karatros. There goes Wicked. This pin, though, can keep you held up there for a while. Oh no, Jakusha fell off. I find myself saying that a lot. Oh, Vatefo! Oh no. Oh, PG Live just barely hung on there. Wicked is contesting for the fastest time here. PG Live breaks out of those treacherous dips. Oh, blood metal. Oh, Noble, way back there right now. See, Karatros, did you get jettisoned? Oh, Karatros got jettisoned. Keeper too. Wow, everyone's just falling. Zeke Chan. Uh-oh, Wicked. Wait, did you go backwards? Oh, wow, Wicked, you got flung backwards. They actually were in contest for the fastest time, but then the pin shot you backwards back onto the track, made you repeat some stuff. That's pretty funny. Yeah, farming those gems and catalysts. Oh man, I'm gonna win. Oh no, I didn't. I fell off. Wicked. Oh no, Wicked, you fell off. Oh wow. Usually you don't fall off on this end part as much. You just got lucky. So right now it's up to Crystalline, Escape Room Artist, Noble, PG Live. Oh, Noble, Escape Room Artist, neck and neck. Escape Room Artist ends up taking it. PG Live in third, and Crystalline has survived, which wasn't an easy thing on this map. That was worth 45 points. 31 for Noble. PG Live with 19. Oh, Coils of Power. You guys just carnage today. That's fine. More points, as you see. Points are higher, stakes are higher. The winners can shift because there's so many different points. It does make it a little more fun, I think. But you gotta hit exclamation point play to get in. Have more of that fun. Oh, you're sure. Oh, well, luckily, like once your marble's in, it's in. It doesn't. Your connection isn't as big of a deal, unless we were playing the boost maps. If we were playing boost maps, then it would delay your boost. He just voted randomly. Alright, we got 10 this time. Are we missing Karatros? Oh, there's Kusha. Okay, that's good. I don't see a Karatros right now. Which makes me sad. Makes me sad when I don't see that. Okay, there he goes. Now I'm happy. Okay. I think we have our star 12 again. Alright, let's see. Let's see who's gonna survive this one. 2, 1, boop. And down we go. Everything kills you on this map, so just get ready. Those coils, yep, they kill you. See those straightaways right there? Yep, they kill you too. I'm surprised no one's died yet. It's good. Off to a pretty good start. Oh, Blood Metal and Zeke Chan a little stuck in the funnel, but that might not be a bad thing. So you never know on this one. Especially in this first coil. Uh-oh, Jakusha gets tossed around, but manages to stay on the track. Blood Metal finally made it down the down the thing. Oh, Karatross. Oh, I thought it was almost gonna be saved, but nope, not so much. You're dead. the rubber shoes bounced you off. Bounced you off the track this time, Karatross. So, hey, Roxy Miguel, welcome. And then I went flying off. Oh, you just missed it. We have another race, though. Don't worry. You get a chance to get on the next race, Roxy. Oh, no, Zeke Chan. Off into space. There goes Vatefo again. Alright, see you later, Wicked. There goes Jakusha. Not entirely surprising with the luck Jakusha has been having lately. I almost want to make a special prize for falling off the map so much. It's amazing. Blood Metals, keeping it slow and steady there. Oh, until he got kicked the fuck off. So, and we still have one more set of coils to go. Still have another set of... So that's what I'm saying. We'll see who actually survives this one. I'm glad we had at least 10, because it's a good, better chance that one of us will survive. Right now, that looks like it might be Noble and Crystalline in front, maybe? Yeah, it looks like that's who's out front. I think you did, but I think you died already. Like, a lot of people died. Like, see, Crystalline just died right now. And then Keeper Top Shot just fell off and died. Now, PG Live, you might be winning. You might win. PG Live. Noble in second. I'm trying to make sure that I spell your names right, so I go looking, actually find them. But this should be a pretty high score. Yeah, you were there. You just died first. That's what happened. Escape from Mars. 48 points. Noble at 31. Wow. Okay, let's see what it looks like right now. All right, PG Live right now. Oh wait. Oh, okay, yeah. PG Live slightly in first, ahead of Noble. Escape Room Artist, you're not out of it yet. Especially with this last map going into it. This is Buckshot, so we'll see. No one's probably going to fall off, but it's going to give that little edge of whatever points left there. So, estimation point play. See what happens here. And so Roxy, if you're there, jump in on this one. Get a chance to win a prize still. We do have more racers this time, I think, maybe, so that's also going to shift the points. Well, you never know, right? It's all luck. Even though we're trying to steer it with our minds and shit, it's like it only works so well. I've merged again. Alright, we got 13. One more from since last time. Let's go and hit it, see what happens. We can do some other dealios after this, maybe. And we're off. We know how Buckshot goes. So, see if it goes in your favor. Oh, Harbinger 999, we just missed it. But we're gonna probably do some at least another race or two after this. So what it is everyone feeling? Would you guys want to do some boost maps, or would you want to do a royale? Let's see who's gonna be first on the goal shot. Looks like I'm gonna have the first shot on goal. Oh, not too good. So you got Roxy. Oh, Crystal. Oh, Roxy got back in there. Oh, who just had that hop? Wicked. That was almost perfect hop right in the center. Oh, wait, who's that? That was Vapo. Oh, my God. Wow. Wow, those are probably two of the most accurate shots I've seen, let alone like back to back like that. That was really cool. So let me go and write that down. I'm not sure, Vapo, if I have your wallet address. So just to be safe, you get a chance, DM me your Ethereum / Matic wallet, and get that NFT to you. So let's go and see. I was worth 11 points, and none of our other leaders there got any points. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so number 3 got Escape from Mars. Number 2, Noble. And number 1 going to PG Live. Getting that golden ticket along with the box prize ticket today. Ooh, look at that. Difference of 5 points. So if Noble would have happened to have won that last one, would have taken it. So what do you guys think? Think we should do a boost map? Let's do a boost map. Yeah, I think that's good. Hey, VVox. Welcome. We're just doing some last minute marbles for heading on over into Half Dork. Having a good time over there. But for now, we're going to do a straight, clean boost map. So this is where boost does something. Haha. So here's our map, so everyone can see it. It is pretty much a straight shot all the way down. Don't want to have too much momentum going into the last part, or else you fly right off the map. But other than that, it's just a straight shot. As far as I know, Afterwork's going to be on today, so that's good. So I haven't seen any tweet to the contrary. We got 12 in so far. Anyone else? Anyone else? I'll get in on the boost map here. So boost 1 to 650. Let's see how it goes. There's Kusha. Alright, you're in. I think we got just about everyone. Any last call? Gotta pause a little bit for the lag. Alright, it's time to roll. Let's roll this shit. Oops, I clicked off of it. Okay. Time to roll. Let's roll. Alright. Down we go, down we go. Caratross out first, Vafo. And we're getting to the boost part. Oh, you missed it again, Harbinger. Oh, Voxmaker Mark bouncing around. Wicked got a great boost off of that one. Blood Metal, not too bad. Let's see. Oh, Keeper. Is that enough? Oh, okay. You didn't go flying off the map. Oh, Wicked slowing down. Here comes Vatefo. Do you have too much momentum? Let's see. Oh, neck and neck. Vatefo pulls it out right at the last moment. Escaping Martyrs falls off the map. There goes Blood Metal. Boost maps are silly. Voxmaker Mark comes in third. Woo, see you later. I like sending it. Yeah, get to that point. Vapo, getting another voxel prize ticket. Oh. Playing Voxmaker Mark and I are Royale winners, and we have these massive point leads there in terms of just the season. So there you go. Let's do another one. Let's do the Kirby Complex this time. I have no idea. you can try, but I don't know. I think when you look for the commands, I think it just says 1 to 650. It doesn't say anything about negative. So. That'd be kind of fun if it did, though. So you can see the map. You can see your names. Hey, Go West, welcome. And Go West, I started updating our team's GMAE entrance, game jam entrance. So it'll be it'll be done pretty soon. I'll let you know when that update's completed. And you'd be happy to know that I already have at least one of your weapons already put out in the beginning of the game. So I guess want to make sure to start scattering those as soon as possible. Well, everyone's hanging out in Alderac Garrison right now till a new one. That's cool, DJ. Yeah, so keep hitting, join instance, whatever, over and over again. Yeah, until you finally make it. Cool, we have 14 racers this time. Yeah, like I was telling the audience yesterday, I didn't want to leave it so sparse, because it wasn't like it was like a horrible game or horrible idea. It just wasn't complete. You know what I mean? It was a little too sparse in the action, a little too sparse in some of the scenery, and then like how some stuff just didn't get a chance to get to. So, but overall, still a fairly good time capsule of the community at that point, and just participation was like the thing that was made that fun to me, more than like just trying to go hardcore and win a prize per se. Anyways, so all in good fun. We'll get this race started here very shortly. I'm glad Harbinger 999 got in on this one. So Oh, I was making a specific point to look for you right now. Hey, Jazzwolf, welcome. We're just doing some last minute marbles, waiting for Half Dork to boot up, go live. And yes, you can boost on this map. So yeah, this one the boost actually does something. So be careful, and calculate for lag. So there's gonna be a little bit of lag time. But we'll give it like another moment here. Go ahead and hit play, get this one going. Let's see how it goes. You get a chance to look at the track a little bit here, see what you're up against. You can see there's a little loop back over here, and a bunch of little curvies going all over the place. So try not to boost too hard into those curves. And you got another hazard, things to calculate for. But, all right, let's get this race going. You know, get a fair amount of warning, I'd say. You know. Sleep 600. Go right to sleep. And we're going to be off. Woo! Banana indeed, DJ. Banana indeed. Hey, I'm first. VBox and Go West neck and neck for second. So I'll try to keep everyone in frame so you can plan your boosts accordingly. Trunk roll. Oh no, escape from Mars. And who else? Oh, Harbinger. Blood metal. A little too much into the curve there. Noble, that helped you get down quick. Oh no, DJ. I'm flying the wrong way. Oh, and you landed back on the track. Oh, I hope you caught that. Your boost shot you backwards, DJ. And you didn't die. that was pretty slick. It's like, yeah, this is a trick I know to do at that part of the map. You know, you hit boost 420 right there, it shoots you backwards. It's really cool. PG Live in front, Noble close second. Drakusha, Voxmaker Mark. Ooh, PG Live and Noble going for it. Uh-oh, got the hazard there. Drakusha, finally, Drakusha, after all this time, Marble's vengeance is yours, and you've survived, and you've won. Hard winning right there. All those plunges off the map have paid off. So you'll finally claim the prize. I'm kind of curious what happens too if I boost hardcore right here, right now on that thing. Let's see. Oh, bing, 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 boom. Whoa, I won. I got in. Oh, wow. That was worth it happening. That was great. Oh, whoa, keeper top shot. Just launched straight up in the air. DJ was traumatized by his last near fatal fall. Decides to play it slow and steady to make sure it gets in the basket. Alright, Drakusha. Said so many falls, so many plunges. Finally gets the prize. Well, you definitely stayed alive, DJ, and that's the important part, right? So, but thanks everyone for hanging out today. You know, we had some fun making a rock, talking about the rock, talking about all the random shit, playing marbles. You know how it goes. That's what we do here all the time. We make stuff, play marbles, try to get more tokens. so, so let's listen to Half Dork. He's gonna tell us how to get more tokens by making good games and shit, stuff like that. So, he's going into his GMAE entry. There's teams winning one. So, perfect example. How to make more tokens in Sandbox. Make something cool like that. Find good teammates. Make something cool. Alright, everyone. I'm sure I will see all of you again very soon. We will keep on keeping on doing our Sandbox thing. So, till then, see you soon.